Ring cameras have captured all sorts of things, but what is this? The Florida homeowner thinks it looks like a baby dinosaur, just like something out of Jurassic Park.
Throughout history, there have been countless claims of dinosaurs spotted in the wild. With people insisting they've captured these prehistoric giants on camera. From grainy videos to mysterious photographs, these alleged sightings have fueled debates and fascinated us. Could these be real remnants of the past, or are they just clever hoaxes? As we explore these fascinating stories, one question remains. Have dinosaurs been caught on camera in real life? T-Rex in backyard. In the Jurassic Park movies, the T-Rex is usually the star of the show when it comes to causing mayhem. But what if you spotted one not in a blockbuster film, but in real life, right in someone's backyard? In this piece of footage that has surfaced, we see something that looks suspiciously like a baby T-Rex darting through a yard cluttered with all sorts of junk. The creature moves quickly, its figure a blur. But there's something about the shape that's unmistakable, a bipedal form, with a thick tail and a head that could only belong to one of history's most fearsome predators. What makes this clip even more intriguing is the mystery surrounding it. No one seems to know when or where this footage was taken, which only adds to the speculation and curiosity. The creature in the video doesn't just jog, it races through the cluttered yard as if it's on a mission. But the million-dollar question is, what on earth did the camera actually capture? Let's take a moment to talk about the T-Rex, also known as Tyrannosaurus rex. This dinosaur species is arguably the most famous of them all. Known for its sheer power and predatory prowess, the T-Rex was built for both strength and speed, with massive hind legs that propelled it forward and a colossal skull armed with sharp, bone-crushing teeth. We're talking about a predator that could bite through bone as easily as we crunch through an apple. Despite its terrifying reputation, the T-Rex did have one feature that has puzzled scientists and fascinated the public: its tiny arms. These small, seemingly out-of-proportion limbs have been the subject of much debate. Were they used for holding prey, aiding in balance, or something else entirely? Whatever their purpose, they didn't stop the T-Rex from becoming one of the apex predators of its time. Interestingly, T-Rex fossils have been found all over North America, which tells us that this giant wasn't just confined to one small corner of the world. It roamed across vast areas, making it one of the few dinosaurs with such a wide geographic spread. So, how could it be that someone managed to catch a baby T-Rex on camera, running wild through a backyard? Was it really a tiny version of this colossal carnivore, or is there another explanation? Whatever the case, the clip has certainly gotten people talking. Whether it's a real baby T-Rex or just a modern-day creation, the idea of spotting such a legendary creature in the middle of suburbia is enough to make anyone do a double take. Dinosaur Sighting, Florida.
Ring cameras have captured all sorts of things, but what is this? The Florida homeowner thinks it looks like a baby dinosaur.
Back in 2021, a Florida woman had quite the story to share with her local news station. She claimed that her home security camera captured something truly bizarre in the dead of night. At exactly 3:40 a.m., she spotted what she described as a raptor or some kind of small dinosaur casually strolling through her yard. Now, before you jump to conclusions, let's address the obvious. Yes, this is Florida, a place where alligators practically have their own zip codes, but this was definitely not a gator. The creature on that footage, it's got everyone scratching their heads. The camera recorded what can only be described as something straight out of a Jurassic Park sequel. A small, fast-moving figure, darting across the screen with an eerie resemblance to the dinosaurs we've only seen in movies. It's no surprise that once the footage hit social media, the internet exploded with opinions. People from all corners of the web have thrown in their 2 cents. Theories have ranged from the plausible to the downright fantastical, with some insisting it's proof that dinosaurs are making a comeback. And of course, there are the inevitable jokers who claim it's just a kid in a dinosaur costume trying to give the neighbors a thrill. But no one's been able to definitively identify what the creature is. The mystery endures, fueling more speculation with each passing day. So, what do you think? Are we dealing with a real-life baby dino, or is there a more mundane explanation lurking in the shadows? Dinosaur in Sterlingshire village. A recent photo snapped in a small village in Sterlingshire, Scotland, has ignited a lively debate both among the locals and across the internet. The photo, which was taken by a resident named Jimmy Wright, shows a creature that's both oddly shaped and strangely familiar. The image was captured while Jimmy was out walking his son's dog on Crow Hill, a remote and quiet spot in the area where unusual sightings are about as rare as they come. At first glance, the creature in the photo doesn't seem to fit neatly into any known category. Some folks who have seen the picture think it looks a bit like a tortoise due to its peculiar stance. But Jimmy sees something more extraordinary, something that might just have stepped out of a prehistoric past. To him, this creature has the unmistakable air of a real dinosaur, even though he knows that sounds a bit far-fetched. What makes this sighting even more intriguing is that Sterlingshire isn't exactly known for its dinosaur connections. In fact, there's no history of dinosaur fossil discoveries in the region at all. Yet, despite this, the mysterious photo has caught the attention of amateur paleontologists and curious minds alike. Some are speculating that Jimmy may have stumbled upon an entirely new, undiscovered dinosaur species. Imagine that a new dino species making its first appearance in this quiet Scottish village. Of course, the question remains, is this photo the real deal? Could it truly be evidence of a living dinosaur? Or is it just a case of mistaken identity? Maybe a trick of the light or a familiar animal seen from a strange angle? The mystery is as thick as the Scottish fog, and without more evidence, it's anyone's guess. Idahos Pterodactyl. Next, we head to Idaho, where something straight out of a prehistoric era was spotted soaring through the skies, sparking a flurry of chatter across social media. The buzz began when a video surfaced showing what appears to be a pterodactyl-like creature gracefully gliding above the landscape. Naturally, this has everyone from casual viewers to armchair scientists weighing in on what exactly was caught on camera. The footage quickly made its way around the world, leaving people everywhere wondering what exactly they were looking at. The creature in the video has a wingspan that would make any bird envious, and it eerily resembles something from a bygone era. Many have likened it to a pterodactyl, a term often used to describe those winged reptiles known as Terrasaurs. These ancient, carnivorous beasts once ruled the skies during the age of dinosaurs, although they weren't technically dinosaurs themselves. Terrasaurs were a separate group of flying reptiles that became extinct around the same time as their more famous terrestrial counterparts. For many, the sight of such a creature, even in video form, feels like watching a scene straight out of Jurassic Park. But as the video gained traction, not everyone was convinced that what they were seeing was a genuine prehistoric survivor. The skeptics were quick to point out what they saw as flaws in the footage. Some noted that the creature's wing flaps looked unnatural, too stiff and mechanical, almost as if it were being controlled by something, perhaps an RC plane or some sort of elaborate toy. Others speculated it might be a cleverly disguised drone designed to mimic the flight of an ancient reptile just enough to fool the casual observer. Despite the skepticism, the video has continued to stir the imagination of many. The idea of a living pterosaur swooping through the skies of Idaho is both thrilling and terrifying. Yet, in a world where technology can create incredibly realistic simulations, it's hard to say whether this sighting is a genuine biological phenomenon or just a well-executed hoax. So, what do you think? Could this video be capturing a real, living descendant of the pterosaurs that once dominated the skies? Or is it just another case of cleverly manufactured to stir up excitement and debate? Triceratops blocking traffic. Here is a sight you definitely don't encounter every day, a Triceratops causing a traffic jam. Back in February 2016, a driver in the village of God, Shill on the Isle of Wight in England, had to do a double take when he stumbled upon what looked like a prehistoric creature smack dab in the middle of the road. The Triceratops is one of the most iconic dinosaurs, easily recognized by its massive, three-horned face and large bony frill that extends over its neck. These fascinating creatures roamed the Earth during the late Cretaceous period, approximately 68 to 66 million years ago. Despite their fearsome appearance, Triceratops were herbivores, grazing on tough, fibrous plants. Physically, Triceratops were impressive. They could grow up to 30 feet in length and weigh as much as 12 tons. Their large frill and 3 facial horns likely served multiple purposes, from defense against predators like the Tyrannosaurus rex to possibly being used in courtship displays or social dominance within their herds. Triceratops fossils have been found primarily in North America, particularly in regions like Montana and the Dakotas, making them a well-known and studied dinosaur. Their distinctive appearance has made them a favorite among both paleontologists and dinosaur enthusiasts. However, like all non-avian dinosaurs, Triceratops went extinct about 66 million years ago during the Cretaceous-Paleogene extinction event, leaving behind only fossils and our imaginations to piece together their story. So, what was a Triceratops doing in the middle of a road in modern-day England? As it turned out, this wasn't a miraculous Jurassic Park moment, but rather the work of some very mischievous pranksters. The Triceratops in question was actually a massive statue, normally stationed at a local attraction. In the dead of night, some enterprising jokers decided to relocate the statue, placing it in the middle of a road, much to the surprise of the early morning driver who first encountered it. The sight of a Triceratops blocking traffic in a quiet English village was undoubtedly a shock, but also a source of amusement for many. After all, how often do you get to say you were stuck in traffic because of a dinosaur? Eventually, the statue was moved back to its rightful place. Seow Or Dinosaur. There is no shortage of frightening tales about mysterious creatures lurking in water bodies around the globe. Some of these stories are enough to make you think twice before dipping a toe into the water, while others are so bizarre they leave you pondering the possibilities long after the lights go out. One such story centers around a video that emerged back in 2008. This footage has been a hot topic of debate, as it appears to show something truly extraordinary, a massive creature swimming through the water, with a distinctive 3-pronged tail. Some people believe that what we're seeing might be a prehistoric marine lizard, a creature that seems to defy everything we know about what lives beneath the waves today. Of course, not everyone is convinced that this is a relic of the ancient past. Skeptics have been quick to point out that the creature in the video might simply be a seal. But here's the catch. This thing is way bigger than any seal we have ever seen. The size alone has led others to suggest it could be a sea cow, perhaps one that had an unfortunate run-in with a boat propeller, leading to its tail being injured and split in a way that resembles 3 prongs. However, the more you examine the footage, the harder it becomes to dismiss the idea that this creature's tail might indeed have 3 prongs. The video doesn't give us a crystal clear image, but what's visible is enough to make us ask a lot of questions. And let's be honest, this isn't the first time we've heard of strange things being spotted in our oceans and lakes, so it's not too far-fetched to think that there might be something out there we haven't officially discovered yet. But trying to verify whether this video is the real deal or just another internet hoax is proving to be a monumental challenge. For starters, there's no information about who filmed it or where it was shot. What we do know for sure is that whatever is in that video, it's big. In fact, it's as big as a dinosaur, and that's no exaggeration. The size and the unusual shape of its tail have left people puzzled for years. It's one of those pieces of footage that keeps resurfacing because it's just strange enough to make you wonder if there might be something to it. Is this a prehistoric survivor that somehow escaped extinction? Or is it just another creature of the deep that we've yet to properly identify? Terrasaur flying above China. A while ago, we touched on the fascinating world of pterosaurs. Now we have another supposed sighting of one of these ancient creatures. But this time, the story takes us all the way to China. The video in question surfaced back in 2014, and it quickly caught the attention of curious minds everywhere. The clip is short, but it packs a punch. It shows what looks like a pterosaur soaring through the sky, and according to the story, it was supposedly filmed way back in 1973 by a military group near the city of Yantai, China. While the footage itself is not the high-definition quality we're used to today, it still captures something truly intriguing. The outline of a massive winged creature is unmistakable, and if you look closely, you can even spot a distinct crest on its head. This unique feature has led many to believe that this could actually be a pterosaur caught on film. Now let's pause for a moment and think about this. Pterosaurs, as we know, have been extinct for millions of years. They were among the first vertebrates to take to the skies, and their wingspans could reach incredible lengths. These creatures were the rulers of the air long before birds came into the picture. So the idea that one could still be flying around in the modern world seems pretty far-fetched, right? Or does it? The video, despite its age and poor quality, has sparked a lot of debate. The distinct crest on the creature's head is particularly compelling because it's a characteristic seen in many known Terrasaur species. This feature has led some to speculate that the creature in the video could be a pteranodon, one of the most famous types of pterosaurs, known for its large size and prominent head crest. In the end, the video leaves us with many questions. Could it be possible that these ancient creatures have found a way to survive, hidden from the world for millions of years? Or is it more likely that what we're seeing is just a product of wishful thinking? Subscriber's pick. Now it's time for today's subscriber pick, and it's one that'll leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about dinosaurs. In the image above, we see two individuals examining what appears to be the lifeless body of a massive reptilian creature. The scene is eerie. One person is dressed in a protective suit, possibly indicating the creature is something out of the ordinary. The other individual is crouched near the creature's head, which bears a striking resemblance to a prehistoric dinosaur. The sheer size, the powerful jaw, and those unmistakable limbs, could this be proof of dinosaurs caught on camera in real life? But wait, could this be an elaborate hoax? Or is it truly possible that a dinosaur has been found in modern times? What do you think this creature really is? Is it evidence of a long-lost species, or just another internet mystery? Let us know your thoughts. Mochaa Mbebe. The picture you are looking at is said to be proof of a mysterious water-dwelling creature known as Mochaa Mbebe.
People call this animal Mochaa Mbebe,
supposedly lurking in the remote swamps of Congo. This legendary creature has intrigued people for centuries, with stories passed down through generations of indigenous tribes in Central Africa. Mochaa Mbebe, a name that comes from the Lingala language spoken in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, roughly translates to one who stops the flow of rivers. This is fitting, as the creature is believed to inhabit the deep, uncharted swamps and river systems of the Congo Basin. According to local lore, it prefers to stay hidden in caves carved by the rivers into the clay shores, especially at sharp bends where the current is strongest. These underground dwellings offer Mochaa Mbebe a perfect hideout, allowing it to evade human eyes. Descriptions of Mochaa Mbebe depict a dinosaur-sized cryptid, fiercely territorial and highly protective of its habitat. Local fishermen have long believed that venturing too close to the creature's domain spells doom.
Huyu pepo wa majini, yeye hutoka mara kwa mara kuja kwenye kando ya mto.
The stories say that if a canoe drifts into its territory, Mochaa Mbebe will attack without hesitation, overturning the boat and leaving the crew to their fate. What's strange, however, is that the creature reportedly doesn't eat its victims. Instead, it leaves the bodies untouched, suggesting that Mochaa Mbebe has no interest in consuming humans. Some locals believe that Mochaa Mbebe is a herbivore, surviving on the vegetation found in its swampy home. It's said to venture onto the shores during daylight hours to forage for plant matter, feeding on the rich greenery that thrives in the humid environment. This idea of a plant-eating giant only adds to the creature's mystique, making it seem less like a monster and more like a relic of a forgotten time. One of the most captivating aspects of the Mochaa Mbebe legend is its supposed connection to dinosaurs. Many believers in cryptozoology, the study of hidden or unknown animals, suggest that Mochaa Mbebe could be a surviving dinosaur species, possibly related to the Brachiosaurus or Diplodocus, which were massive, long-necked dinosaurs that roamed the Earth millions of years ago. The similarity between eyewitness accounts of Mochaa Mbebe and scientific descriptions of these dinosaurs has fueled speculation that a small population of dinosaurs might have survived in the isolated wilderness of Africa. These theories are driven by reports of the creature's physical characteristics, which bear a striking resemblance to those of sauropods, the group of dinosaurs known for their enormous size, long necks, and small heads. Witnesses describe Mochaa Mbebe as having a similar build, leading some to believe that it might be a living sauropod, a dinosaur that somehow escaped extinction and continued to thrive in the hidden corners of the Congo Basin. While the existence of Mochaa Mbebe remains unproven, the legend continues to fascinate people around the world. The idea that a creature from the age of dinosaurs could still be alive today, hidden in the depths of an African swamp, keeps the mystery of Mochaa Mbebe alive. Baby dinosaurs. So far, we've explored some wild and unbelievable claims, but here's something that might really catch your eye. There's a video circulating online that appears to show baby dinosaurs running along a beach. In another video, you can spot what looks like a group of these tiny dino-like creatures dashing across a road. It's almost like stepping into a scene from Jurassic Park. But before you get too excited, there's something you should know. Some people believe these so-called baby dinosaurs aren't dinosaurs at all. Instead, they say what you're seeing in these videos is a group of coatis. Now, if you've never heard of a coati, you're not alone. These small mammals are part of the raccoon family and mostly live in Central and South America. Coatis are pretty unique, with their long snouts, bushy tails, and the mask-like markings around their eyes that give them a bit of a mischievous look. One of the reasons coatis might be mistaken for dinosaurs, especially in grainy videos, is the way they move. When they're on the go, coatis often hold their tails straight up in the air for balance. From a distance, those upright tails can look a lot like the stiff, high-held tails of dinosaurs, which might explain why some people think they're seeing something prehistoric. There are plenty of reasons to appreciate coatis, even if they're not dinosaurs. For one, they're absolutely adorable with their ringed tails and curious faces. But they're not just cute, they're also important to their ecosystems. Coatis are omnivores, meaning they eat both plants and animals, and they play a crucial role in keeping insect and invertebrate populations under control. In fact, they're known to snack on tarantulas, which might be a big plus if you're not a fan of spiders. So, while coatis might make a pretty convincing dinosaur impression with their tails in the air, they're very much modern-day creatures with their own charm and importance. Let's hope these little animals don't end up like the real dinosaurs extinct. They may not be prehistoric, but they're a valuable part of our world today. And who knows? The next time you see a video of a baby dinosaur, you might just be looking at a group of coatis having a good time. Loch Ness Monster. On a bright sunny Scottish Sunday, November 12, 1933, a man named Hugh Gray set out on his usual stroll along the banks of Loch Ness, near Inverness. This scenic spot, where the Ness River flows into the northern end of the vast lake, was a peaceful place for reflection. But on this particular day, something far from peaceful caught Gray's eye. As he later recounted to the media, he noticed an object of considerable dimensions emerging 2 or 3 feet out of the water, not far from where he stood. The sight was so startling that Gray quickly grabbed his bulky Kodak box camera and managed to snap several photographs before the mysterious object sank back into the depths. The resulting image seemed to show an animal-like tail thrashing in the churning water. And just like that, Hugh Gray may have ignited one of the world's earliest viral phenomena, the legend of the Loch Ness Monster. Or as skeptics would argue, he simply captured an unidentifiable object floating in the deep, murky waters of Scotland's most famous lake. Either way, the photograph sent shockwaves around the globe, sparking curiosity, excitement, and endless debate. To this day, people from all corners of the world flock to Loch Ness, hoping to snap their own photo of what has come to be known as the Loch Ness Monster. The Loch Ness Monster is allegedly a marine creature that some people believe still lives in the cold, dark waters of Loch Ness in Scotland, often referred to as Nessie. Those who claim to have seen it describe the creature as large,
the neck and the huge body, which I'd say was about 30 feet long,
with a humped back, a long snake-like neck, and flippers that propel it through the water. However, despite these eyewitness accounts,
or the similar lake monster in
scientists have cast serious doubt on the monster's existence, suggesting instead that Nessie is more of a myth than a living creature. Reports of a mysterious beast inhabiting Loch Ness go way back, in fact, to ancient times. The local Pictish people, who lived in Scotland during the Iron Age, carved images of a strange, flippered beast into stones. But the first written account of a creature in Loch Ness appears in a 7th century biography of Saint Columba. According to this tale, in 565 AD, the monster attacked a swimmer in the loch and was preparing to attack another when Saint Columba intervened, commanding the beast to go back. Miraculously, it obeyed. Over the centuries, sightings of the Loch Ness Monster remained sporadic, with most reports seeming to be influenced by Scottish folklore, which is rich with tales of mythical water creatures. In more recent years, the Loch Ness area has become a magnet for monster hunters, eager to prove Nessie's existence once and for all. Some have used sonar, others have tried underwater photography, but so far, none have been able to find conclusive evidence. Many of the photographs that allegedly show Nessie have been discredited as hoaxes, while others turned out to be images of other animals or floating debris. Despite the lack of solid proof, the legend of the Loch Ness Monster continues to thrive. Hundreds of thousands of tourists visit Loch Ness every year, drawn by the allure of this mysterious creature. Whether or not Nessie is real, one thing is certain: the monster has become a cultural icon, and its legend has had a very real impact on Scotland's economy. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.